What's up, guys? Welcome in and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are completely new, hello, I'm sincerely Niko, and in today's video we're going to be trying out two brand new palettes. Well, they're brand new to me. You guys already know I am going through a palette phase where I'm trying out so many eyeshadow palettes because that's what's killing the market right now. Woo! So I'm going to be trying out two eyeshadow palettes from one brand that just launched these palettes, and that is alright, so I'm going to be trying out one eye using the Norvina 1. I'm also going to be trying out the Norvina Volume 2 on the other eye. So if you guys are interested in this bingo inspired look, then keep on watching. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the squad. Period. Alright, let's get into this video.
You used to call me on mine. You used to. Yeah.
Alright, so I asked a couple of my friends on the phone to pick a number 1 through 5 and give the ranking or assortment of how they want to put 1 through 5 in order. And I also did the exact same thing for A through D. And I allowed them to pick the numbers multiple times if they want to, or pick a letter multiple times if they wanted to, but I did not tell them what they were picking for. So this was just completely random. I don't even know what these colors are because I really haven't looked or played or digged into these palettes. So let's pray. Alright, so the first eye I'm going to be doing is my left side eye, which is you guys right in the camera, and I'm going to be doing the Norvina Volume 1. This is Dion's side. Alright, so here is the PR package for the Norvina 1. I just want to kind of give you guys a little peek inside because you guys helped me get to this level, so I want to show you everything and then some. So inside the Norvina 1, you have the whole entire Norvina eyeshadow palette with a primer. This is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the color. And inside the Norvina 2, here's what the packaging looks like. So here are the palettes in full glory. Alright, so I'm about to look inside Volume 1 and I'm about to tell you guys which colors he picked. So, woo. Okay, so inside, here is the inside. Here is the inside of Volume 1. The colors that Dion picked is D3, E2, A5, B4, and C1. Alright, so before we get into this look, I'm going to be using the ABH eyeshadow primer for both eyes so that this pigment palette plays fair. Let's go ahead and jump into Volume 1 and the colors that I'm going to be putting on my lid. So I'm going to start off with D3 from this palette, and I'm going to pigment it. I'm going to zoom you guys in. So the next shade I'm going to go into is B4. And I'm going to pop that right into the crease. These are some pigmented shadows. This is going to be pigmented. Then I'm just going to take that same brush and blend out. Next, I'm going to take this Morphe M518 And I'm gonna go into A5, and I'm just going to take this right on the outer parts. I'm going to take some of that primer again with this Luxie small shader brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut my crease. Alright, so the lid is cut. I'm going to dip a little bit back into A5 and just kind of really build up that neon pink. Okay, so the lid is cut. I'm going to go ahead and start packing on the colors that I want to put on the inner corners of the eye, and that is the shade C1, which is this pure white shade. Ooh. Ooh, this is cocaine white. Alright, so I'm going to take my last shade, which is E2. Pop this right there. And then to top this off, I have to do a wing liner. So I'm going to take this ABH primer and I'm going to wing So I'm going to take the shade C1 and I'm just going to tap that right on top of the ABH primer that we just laid down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up the extraness on the side. So I'm going to take a little bit of my foundation and I'm just going to clean up this wing section using the Anastasia A20 brush. And just really give that sharp wing effect. Then I'm going to go back into that palette one more time. I'm going to grab D3, which is that red shadow. I'm just going to kind of blend that right on the outer parts of this liner. Just so I can have a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shape before I really buff it out. I'm going to take a really tight pencil brush. I don't know what brush this is to kind of fade it off. I'm going to take B4 and I'm going to go really super duper close to that white liner. Pop that on, go back into my Morphe brush and blend that out with the shade D3 again. I'm going to take D3 onto the lower lash line. Alright. this eye is complete. I just gotta throw on a lash. But before I do so, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Norvina palette number 2 on this side. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime my other lid with the ABH eyeshadow primer. Here is the inside of the Norvina 2. Mind you, this is like the first time looking at this palette in all its prime and glory. So the colors I was picked, and this is by Malik Leaks World on Instagram. You guys should definitely check them out. Check him out. So the colors that was picked by Malik, which is my good friend called Leak World on Instagram, is D5, B3, A2, C4, D1, and I have to do a smoke liner with one of the colors. So, okay, so let us pray again. I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna start off with C4, which is that really hunterish green color in the palette, and I'm just going to apply that right in the crease. I'm not even gonna blend it out. I'm just gonna pop it right on here, and I'm just gonna really make this very oval or very round. With that same brush, I'm gonna jump into B3, which is that bright green shade in the palette, and I'm just gonna go right on top of it. I'm just gonna sloppily place all these shadows, and then I'm just gonna blend. You know what? This is actually my first time doing a look with green. I'm gonna take a really packed, fluffy brush. This is the Morphe 433. I'm gonna take that green shadow, or that neon yellowish green shadow, which is A2, and I'm just going to blend out that last green shade. Alright, so I'm going to work my way back down again, going back into B3, just to make sure all the colors are blended and playing well with each other. And then C4. And then last but not least, I'm going to take that that matte shade D5. And I'm taking on Morphe M21 brush, and I'm going to pack that on the lid. And just kind of smoke it out. There we go. There was my smoke liner. This is pretty. Then I'm going to take that same brush, clean it off, and then I'm going to spray just a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to go into D1, and I'm just going to pop this right on that inner corner of the eye. Ooh. Let's work on the lower lash line real quickly. I'm going to start off with D5. Apply that to the lower lash line. Grabbing B3, and I'm just going to blend that straight on out. And there we have it. 2 looks with the Norvina palette, 1 and 2. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off camera real quickly. Add on a lash and a lip, and I'll be back to tell you guys how I feel about these palettes. Alright guys, so this is the completed looks. The lashes are on, the lip is on, and we're going to kind of get into the palettes and my thoughts on them. So you guys already know I love the eyeshadow primer. It is a little starch white, which is okay, but you know, sometimes you gotta make do what you got, and I really do love the formula of it because it definitely makes everything adhere. My thoughts on the Norvina 1 palette, I think this is a really pretty fall-based palette. Now, although this palette recently just came out, I want to say about a couple weeks ago or about a month, depending on when this video goes live. This was originally supposed to come out in the beginning of spring. But there was a complication with the production on this palette, so everything got pretty much pushed back to September and October, and they just been launching like crazy. So that's probably why you guys feel that these palettes are just unnecessary or over the top or doing the most for ABH. But in all retrospect, this was supposed to come out in spring. And although this does give a little bit of spring vibe, to me this gives more fall vibes because I feel like purples and vampire colors are more fall, especially row A through C gives more fall vibes, and then of course D and E gives a little bit of spring, but not so much. And that's just my personal opinion, but either way it goes, I created this eye with those shadows, and it's the formula for both palettes. And then of course the third one comes in today. Well, it already came in once you guys see the video, but I'm filming this the day before the third one comes in. So this is the Norvina number 2, excuse the messy desk. This is very much festival vibes. This is definitely on brand for the festival season, although this just came out as well too recently, right after volume 1. This was supposed to originally come out in the beginning of summer to kind of get you guys in mood and, how can I say, feel of festival season, festival session. I really do like this palette. This palette definitely gives me a lot of colors to play with. I am definitely probably going to pick this palette up a lot because I really need to branch more into these type of colors and play a lot more with these pigments. This palette definitely reminds me so much of the Sephora Pro editorial palette. If I were to put them side by side, it's very similar. And I'm not, here to give comparisons, but I have this palette. And I really didn't pick up this palette because of the way of the colors being streamlined, where it's kind of from bright to dark, and then a spectrum. Whereas this is more chaotic. I feel with the more chaoticness of this palette, it makes me want to make more color combinations because I see color all over, and I just want to put it all over my eyes. Whereas I look at this one and I see colors, and I'm like, okay, well I can do a purple to pink to yellow, no. Whereas like I look at this, it's like, oh, where do I start? But they both are pretty palettes. I really am going to pick this up the most. I think that these are amazing to have, especially if you are a pro makeup artist. It gives you a chance to have a great range of colors that you probably don't necessarily have in a neutral palette. Price point for these I think are like $68, I want to say. They're like $68, so they're kind of up there as price point, but you get a lot of shadows. Alright guys, so I'm going to end this long-winded, drawn-out video. I hope you guys enjoyed me creating 2 looks with the Norvina 1 and Norvina 2. If you guys made it this far, you guys enjoyed the content, definitely hit the subscribe button, join the army, join the squad. I would love to see you guys come back and watch another one of my videos. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Which particular palette? Before I do, comment down below which palette you're picking up. Volume 1, Volume 2, or Volume 3. I would like to know so I can be able to create more looks for you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video here and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Ever since I left the city